Oh, is the... Yep, it is still visible. Good. Okay, so you chose The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and I will
Yes.
choose Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Player order is decided based on how weird the fandom of a selected movie would be. Well,
You win.
but I mean, Harry Potter fandom already exists, so...
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
how weird are they?
Yeah, I guess so. Fair enough.
I mean, my movie is just old guys trying to relive 1950 cinema.
Okay. So, the shop is in the outdoors, so no one's getting any big fun this time. I should probably push my boldness since it's low. Yeah. That day, you skip class and hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Afterwards, Miranda beckons to you from a darkened corner. Psst! Co-conspirator! Over here! Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. And what better way than by making him Prom King? Unfortunately, when I asked him to run for Prom King, he said, and I quote, "Never, ever, never, not in 1,000 years, and that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for 1,000 years and I've never run for Prom King, so there you go."
Damn, that's a good.
Which was clearly his cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him Prom King. My first thought was to murder the current Prom King after establishing Liam as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. So I suppose we must engage in this democratic election the school is holding. Now, how can we secure a win for Liam when he is opposed to running or making any effort to win?
Well, the second one's money.
Yeah, and the first one is probably charm, I guess. So, let's just keep bankrolling this campaign.
Hey.
Pay 1 million people to vote for Liam. Of course! Election rigging, the old standby. I'll summon my father's royal vote buyer immediately. Silly me, how else does one elect a king? Later, you watch the Prom King election forecast. You're not quite sure why your school has its own prom royalty forecast or who pays for it. And it says that, unsurprisingly, Liam will win by almost 1 million votes advantage.
I don't know what to say. Who knew there would be 1 million monsters at the school who thought I should be Prom King? Come to think of it, who knew there would be 1 million monsters at this school? This burning in my chest, this shame at having at last become mainstream? Or is it joy? No, it is neither. I just need to drink somebody's blood. Catch you later.
Liam does catch you later, and you take him out to get a fresh tuxedo. He's never looked better. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity.
I've decided to switch Liam to French because I actually know how to do that.
Alright.
So,
Sounds good.
I am.
You am...
Wondering if there's a thing I could buy to help the event, or is that really not necessary?
It's... Oh, I don't know. Usually if an event requires an item, if an ending requires an item, one of the
They'll let
events
you
will
know.
tell you that before
Oh, okay.
it's too late. So if you need it, it'll tell you what you need and to buy it, and you'll have a chance to buy it before you run out of time.
Okay.
So yeah, you probably don't need to do that this time. Although if you want to stock up on money just in case you do need to buy an item, then you could go to the library and get some money.
Well, I have 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 7's been doing me alright so far.
Yeah.
I've succeeded in 2 money checks with 7. Well, you could pump your creativity up because it's your lowest stat,
Yeah, well-
or you could work on
But
one of your highest stats.
I'm thinking how creativity would feed into the orgy thing.
Well, I mean, there could be a creative solution to
like
something.
convincing people to like
Yeah.
participate. Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'd say charm and boldness are probably more likely to be used for an orgy, though.
But can
At a
they go?
guess.
Like, what's the max
Ah.
that could be?
I don't know. I've seen them up to 19 at least.
Oh, okay, okay. It's not like a 10 and it's a cap.
No,
okay,
that's
okay.
it. It just keeps going.
In that case, I will.
Play more
the gym for
dodgeball?
charm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
day,
God.
an epic dodgeball match takes place. But the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain +2 charm.
Hey.
Well, that orgy ain't gonna plan itself, so it's time to convince your classmates to join. You spot Damien and Scott, so you go for it. Hey, sweethearts! Shoxic and I, the lovable fan favorite Polly, are recruiting people for a very special event. You want to do this guy?
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking what voice I can give him.
Drama usually just makes him sound kind of gruff and angry. If that's any help to you.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Oh, are we doing a purge night? I love purge nights. No, Damien, I know this trick. They tell you you're going to a very special event, and then it's the vet. Whoa, fuckheads! Are you bringing us to the vet? Not cool.
No, stop it! It's an orgy! We're looking for people for an orgy! Give me 5 minutes and I'll convince you why you should come!
We're in.
What?
It's an orgy. We're high schoolers and they're 20-somethings. No more explanation needed. Yeah, I love being in the nude. But wait, a lot of our classmates will be there, Scott. There'll be tons of social pressure at an event like that. And social pressure is a bad thing? It is, right? Yeah, the worst thing for us. Oh no. I don't want to miss an orgy, but we have to find a way to be the coolest dudes at that orgy. It's thinking time.
You don't have high hopes of them coming up with a bright idea that doesn't involve setting the orgy on fire, so you need to give them a better alternative.
Yeah.
I figure that's probably smarts and charm, or maybe fun.
Well, I guess so. Yeah. Oh. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Let's
Your
go
smarts
with
is lower than both of those, so
Yeah.
so fun.
So fun. It's true that fancy people do usually wear fancy hats, and fancy people are cool. Yeah, this sounds like a plan. I can wear one of those hats with a feather on it. And I can wear a top hat.
Just like Shoxic does.
And perfect for the British accent.
Yes.
I can see it now, Scott. Hey, what a nice orgy. Wait, who are those two fancy gentlemen? Could that be Damien and Scott? I can barely recognize them under all that fanciness and under those hats. That's a very nice thing to say about us, Damien. It is indeed, Scott. We're just two fancy hats away from it. Hooray! Let's find us some fancy hats.
Well, that was as stupid as it was effective. Boo! I'll take my fancy hat off to you. Fancy hats are always the answer. You gain +2 creativity and +1 fun.
Hey.
Nice.
Got the creativity up anyway.
That weekend, something happened to me.
Fuzzy.
You're engaging in your favorite weekend activity, ignoring anything in favor of thinking about which classmate you'd like to take to prom and how horny you are. When you find out that this is apparently reading on your face. Hey, Fuzzy! You seem pretty horny and like someone who sits around all day thinking about who you're going to take to prom. Wow, does she have your number or what? Listen, I'm kind of interested in someone, but honestly, I don't think I could be with any monster who isn't spectacular at sex. I know sex isn't everything, but it's sort of everything to me. Not really, but it's pretty high on my list of priorities. Sorry if this is TMI. Titillating monster interaction. But it's someone you know, so I thought you might have some insight. It's Shoxic. They just love sex. Any position, missionary, clergy, apocalyptic, upside down nightmare demon, the pentagram. What do you think? Could Shoxic keep up with me?
I mean, if you want this event to happen, you're gonna have to help me out. And we're not competing for the same girl since you're going after Miranda.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I'm going to end up making Liam the prom king by the sound of it anyway, which I've done before, so I don't really care whether I do it or not. But
I don't care. I just want this.
Yeah, let's get this happening. I can only say this: he is the discoverer of the orgasm. Actually, the whole thing is named after him. Haven't you ever noticed that orgasm is an anagram of Shoxic? It almost is. You got some of the right letters in there.
So, what? Two.
O and S, yeah.
So?
Shoxic! Orgasm! Oh. OMG! You're totally right! I never noticed that before! Like, actually, it makes no sense to me, but I'm going to assume that's because I'm high, and it's super legit on the level. You seem to know your letters and words. I'm sure it'll make sense once I sober up. Shoxic invented the orgasm, eh? I am a fan of going straight to the source. I only buy opium from the dude who first discovered it. Being dead rocks. It sure does, doesn't it? Important thing is, Shoxic, aka Orgasm, totally owes you one. Not one orgasm, just a general one. You know what I mean. Oh, and you gain +3 fun.
Oh, damn.
Man, I am so fun. Choose an occupation.
VR game developer.
Ah.
Now you gotta watch what you say.
I do. I choose bus driver. How weird it would be to see a slutty costume based on selected occupation. Ooh.
I mean...
Well, I think slutty bus driver is probably more likely to exist as a costume, so it's less weird.
Because also...
Slutty VR game developer is a very specific niche, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not just slutty game developer.
But also, like, I'm imagining it like being like a sexy office, like, librarian kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then your face is just covered with plastic. So it's
good.
a weird dichotomy.
You can have it.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Let's get those. Let's get creativity up.
Yep. All right. Oh shit! That's the shop. Well, you can buy some creativity.
Oh, okay.
Right. So we've got all these basic items that don't have the event tag and aren't too expensive for you, and the tampon. They cost $5 each. Oh, that's a different one as well. But that's fun. That's creativity. That's charm, and that's smarts. So if you want creativity, you can just buy some here.
Yeah.
And it'll give you more than the 2 you would have got for going there, I think, anyway. Because what you've got 6 now, and you'll get... Whoa! You got 5 for $5. That's good. You're right up there. Except now you're poor. So no more monetary solutions. Or is it me that's making all the monetary solutions, isn't it?
Yeah. but you're still... Because you're shacking up with the rich girl.
Yeah. Alright. I may need more boldness? More charm? I mean, I've got so much fun. I don't know.
Sure. But what are you? You're trying to get Liam,
Or maybe-
the prom king, right?
Yeah, maybe I should get some more money because it's been serving me well, but these things get harder to
Or-
win.
well,
So
'Cause
I'll go
I
there.
think- Okay.
That day, you spent some time on the library PCs, managing your start kicker. You deceive lots of people with a sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. You gain plus lots of money, but almost everything goes to cover costs, and you keep only +2 money. You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favourite bands signed to a mainstream record label, or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check in with him.
You know StartKicker? That viral website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors?
Wow, thanks, Liam. Did you not know why you exist?
I'm guessing this was kickstarted.
Yeah.
Well, today I found something of interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another telephone overpromise that will be released at least a decade after the due date. And in the end, it will be shittier than promised, like a toaster attached to a clock.
A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You discreetly write down the idea in your $1 million notebook. Let's see if you can beat those guys to market.
Like his. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think. Supposing I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go?
And what else did you want to say?
Because he had like this disgusted face on while you were like writing down the idea, and I just loved that it kind of matched up.
Alright, so this one sounds like it's a free event outside of your stream, because your last one will be on the last day.
Gotcha.
So this one,
Listen, this is you choosing.
yeah. Oh, so it is.
Just,
Yeah, it's
by the
outside
way,
of my
are you
stream.
like getting weird rectangle blips on your screen?
I am not, but you are?
Oh, I am getting it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's Discord screen sharing. It does that
Oh,
sometimes.
okay. As long as it's not like affecting your.
Well, I can watch the video afterwards and see if it happens there or not, but I think it's just a Discord thing.
Okay, I hope for you it does.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright, so let's see. Where should I send him? Be into existing before it was cool. I mean, this one sounds like a bad idea because Liam's already lived through that time. So,
Exactly, yeah. If he's over 1,000 years old, but yeah, I think 3.85 billion BC because he's like a hipster, so they're into everything before it was.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that. Oh, I'm not creative enough.
Oh,
3.85 billion BC. Sorry, this is you. Go for it.
billions of years before anyone evolved any worthwhile opinions? How can I be ahead of the game when there's no life on the planet to see how ahead of the game I am? How can I show what a unique individual if I'm the only individual? How can I be a brooding loner if there's no one to see? Oh. It's like that old adage. If a vampire is trend setting in a desert, but there's no one there to see it, is a trend even set?
You try to correct his memory about the adage, but you probably
Ouch.
pissed him off enough already. You lose 2 smarts and 1 charm. Damn.
That was a trick question, using it before it was cool on a hipster though.
No, it was. I mean, it would have worked if I had more creativity. And creativity is one of the stats that Liam values, so I should have known.
Gotcha.
But doesn't matter.
Oh well.
Okay, everybody choose
slavery.
something bad. What do you choose? Flavoring.
Slavery.
Oh, slavery. Okay, I
Slavery,
choose
what's flavoring?
artificial flavoring. That's what I choose.
How badass. Mike the
Mike the slavery. Mike the slavery
I mean,
Johnson. Mike the artificial flavoring Johnson.
I mean, it depends on like your.
I think they're
definition
both
of badass.
pretty lame ass. So maybe we'll just get random.
All right. Hey.
Goes to me.
The game is rigged.
Well, I reckon I should try and get some creativity from the prince so I can pull Liam back on track. Because your stats are all looking pretty good.
Yeah, I like them, like, well, except for money, but that's like a different thing altogether. And I don't think I need it for G anyway.
Yeah.
So
maybe let's see the internet.
Hiring a bunch of prostitutes. But that's technically an orgy, not this orgy.
Yes. You're just about to take a bite of your sandwich when some douchebag rips a hole in the fabric of reality. Do you want me to do him, or do you want to do him? How many accents have you got left? I'll do him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can. For this, I haven't used my normal voice.
Oh, I don't think he sounds like your normal voice. I think he sounds fancy and interdimensional.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay. It is I, the interdimensional prince. I have searched far and wide for a hero capable of solving a most fiendish riddle for me. The riddle of how to get my TV to switch from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2. I've tried everything short of actually using the remote control. You heave a deep sigh and accompany the prince to his dimension, where you solve his problem by using the remote control.
Hey.
You truly are both wise and generous. As a thank you, please allow me to teach you one of my kingdom's customary rituals. Perhaps laser communion might interest you, or reverse baptism, or eggs. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't need the money.
Oh, fuck that. Let's make up our own ritual. We have a ritual for this. The ritual of making up rituals. It's why we have so many dumb and bad rituals.
I love the writing in this game.
First, we get incredibly high on interdimensional weed. Then we pretty much do whatever we want. And then make it illegal for people not to do that thing once a year. Sounds good to you? You guys get ripped and invent a holiday called Shrimp Christmas. It's Christmas, but everyone gets stockings full of prawns delivered by a giant shrimp. It becomes so popular that it leaks over into your dimension, where it replaces actual Christmas. You gain +4 creativity.
Hey, there we go.
Alright.
So I can't take the stat booster.
No, I took that. You can't afford a stat boost to buy either from the shop, so you better sit with Polly, I guess.
Polly and Scott get that.
Yep. You approach Scott and Polly's table to find them crouched behind a pile of jelly desserts, plotting.
Thank bros if you're here, bro. Come on, join our huddle.
Maybe you're curious about our huge pile of jelly jam gelatinous dessert cups? Well, wonder no more. We're going for the jelly prize.
Yeah, we're gonna win it. If we collect the foil cover of 100 jelly desserts, we will be the lucky winners of
1 free jelly dessert! Ah!
But right now we're stuck. We've only got 99. That means we need...
One more, Scott! We need one more!
We need one more!
You'd give them your jelly dessert, but you already threw it at a bird person you hate. Guess you've got to make a choice.
Steal it from the factory would be Polly, I
that'll be
guess?
the Polly answer, I'd say, yeah.
Because, like, the puppy dog is, like, the werewolf thing.
Yeah.
So... yeah, steal the final jelly. But isn't stealing wrong?
No, Scott, that's a myth. Like hangovers and the afterlife.
But if the afterlife isn't real, why are you a ghost?
There's no time for metaphysics, Scott. We've got a heist to plan.
No, Coach says stealing is wrong. Unless you're stealing off a ball, or a base, or a victory from the jaws of defeat. Actually, it seems like sports is mostly about stealing.
Well, that settles it. Time for stealing. 1 fake bus, 1 real woolly mammoth, and a brutal running gun battle. You finally secure 1 illicit jelly cup. which you turn in along with your 99 other jelly cups for 1 free jelly cup. Scott is too upset by all the violence, so you split your free jelly cup with Polly. Worth it! Alright, choose a food.
Kebab.
I choose jelly cup. How unappealing a pizza topping with the chosen foods. Well, I mean, kebab is just like meat and salad. That's already what pizza topping is. So I think we'll go with jelly cup, eh? Jelly cup pizza!
That's maybe even more disgusting than pineapple. So you win. Close one.
Alright. So
what I mean by that is, if you're eventually watching this, pigeons, fuck you.
Nice. You just get one in there just in case, huh?
I have to.
Alright, I'm going to boost my smarts because Liam loves smarts. That day, you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at high school. You gain +2 smarts. With that out of the way, you hurry away to your secret meeting with Miranda. Well done, co-conspirator. Operation Make Liam Popular Again is a rousing success. And for the record, I did discover that Liam was popular for a 3-month period in the early 16th century, so the name does fit. All that remains is for us to wait for prom and celebrate our...
Your deception? I knew it was too good to be true. My idiosyncrasies are remarkable, but they are not marketable. This was all a cruel joke, wasn't it? A bet between 2 popular kids and an outcast loser into prom king. Well, guess what? The circus is over, and this clown is climbing into his tiny car and going home. Along with, 12 other tiny clowns, if the metaphor holds. Which it doesn't. It was a bad metaphor. Goodbye.
No, Liam! I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't have a mean bone in my body. I don't even have bones. You might check that affirmation later. Oh, fish sticks! If we don't do something to fix this, all our hard work and subterfuge will be for naught. But how can we make amends? Surely not with some sort of overwrought romantic gesture defying all logic. You tell Miranda not to worry. You've seen plenty of teen rom-coms. You know how this part goes. Well, the money's been working for me pretty well thus far.
Yeah, basically.
I don't have a whole lot of charm, so I don't think I'd trust the other option.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
With your financial holdings combined, you and Miranda are able to hire 1 million idiots to spell words with their bodies. Perfect! Now we just need to get Liam into orbit so he can see our heartfelt apology.
What are you doing? Why did you strap me to these rockets?
Calm down, silly. We're apologizing.
Are you going to apologize for this after you're done too?
Of course not. Then we'd be apologizing forever, and I only have 3 more rockets.
Okay, yes, great. Apology accepted. I'll be the stupid prom king. Get me out of space.
Huzzah! I love making amends.
Okay, I guess if you're willing to launch me to space to say you're sorry, you must really care about me. And I must admit, it feels sort of good. Don't you dare tell anyone I said that.
You promise not to tell anyone Liam says that, as long as he seriously considers taking you to prom. You gain +2 charm and +1 fun.
Oof, incorporate that.
Alright.
I don't think smarts is really gonna serve me on this path. Let's go boldness.
Yeah. That day, you skip class, intending to spend the term in the bathrooms. But you encounter 3 wild hyenas on the way there. Who the fuck runs security here? Anyway, you subdue them with the help of a hair comb, as pictured in this picture. God bless the Monster Scouts and all the idiotic scenarios they prepare you for. By the time you get to the bathrooms, you've totally gained +2 boldness. Scott and Damien were quite easy to convince. Now it's time to invite the tougher ones. Oh perfect, it's Miranda. No orgy is complete without some royalty involved. But you've already got Damien, he's royalty. He's a prince of hell.
Oh yeah.
Hello fellow classmates! Mary, stop being a weirdo! Don't call us that! Also, come to our orgy! Whoa, quite the strategy there. An orgy? What a delightful evening plan! Really? I mean, cool! Yeah, orgies are an invention of aristocrats to celebrate their mystery religions, only for initiates who often were from a high-class upbringing. An exquisite celebration of the higher classes and its power. But I'm just 19, and still a mere mer-princess. My parents are quite pushy about my need to find the right suitor. They want me to stick to my royal responsibilities and stop with all the absurd shenanigans that seem to define spooky high school. So I'm not sure if they will approve an orgy. It doesn't seem like something a parent would be okay with, right? Quite probably. A challenging quandary stands before us. How should I convince my parents it's okay for me to attend this orgy? You always feel like you've seen everything at this school. Yet every day you're surprised by a whole new unexpected problem. So how should you solve this one?
Can you just imagine going to your parents and like, hey, can I like stay up late to go to this orgy?
I've been invited to an orgy by my classmates. Please, Mama, come and go.
Oh my god, as a chaperone? Oh, I don't think so. I think the first one would be boldness, because like...
Both of these are bring your parents to the orgy, just for different reasons.
Yeah. True, but the at least...
Oh no, this is invite your suitors, not your parents. Invite all of them.
Yeah. So I think that's the way to go.
That's the way to go? Alright.
I hope so.
Yay!
Yes. Oh,
What a brilliant idea! No better way to judge the worth of a suitor than that. Everyone tries to impress you with exquisite manners and charm, but you can never tell if they are being truly sincere. But an orgy is the ultimate test. It is? Yes, an orgy etiquette is the epitome of elegance. He or she who knows how to properly behave at an orgy should be a true gentleman or gentlewoman. I will handwrite missives to all my suitors, inviting them to attend this upcoming orgy.
Well, then.
Little do they know, it will be a secret love test. Ha! This orgy will be a feast of decorum and sophistication. Huzzah!
Not if I have any.
Also a feast of sex.
There you go.
Yes, that too. Miri leaves to handwrite those letters, and by handwriting them, you guess she means getting a serf to do it. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Here we go. Alright. Well, I better ask Liam to prom so he can be the king.
Yep. And I'm gonna go with Polly.
Yep, you go to Polly's orgy. Yes. Moment of truth.
On orgy.
Here we go. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to Monster Prom with you. Prom night? Yes!
Hey.
You seem like the kind of person that would have us both ending the night in the hospital. And that's the kind of unnecessary danger I like in my afterlife. Let's go! It's time to make some wild and poor life choices. I think we messed it up. I think you were meant to go with nobody, perhaps. Or not any one particular person, maybe, so as to trigger it.
Oh, really? Oh, damn it.
Prom
God,
was wild, but still not wild enough for the likes of you. So close to dawn, you decide to keep partying by improvising a dope after party at an abandoned manor house. You partied with a group of classmates for days. Over time, people came and left. Some even died from too much partying. At one point, one of the deities of partying hard appeared, summoned by the deaths of your peers, which turned out to be sacrifices to him. He declared you his heralds and bestowed upon you supernatural rad party powers, like endless confetti, whatever that means. Then he joined you, and you all kept partying for another entire week, because that's how you roll.
Oh,
Yeah, that wasn't
man.
it. Here we go.
Oh yeah, sorry. Who could have foreseen this? Liam and Fuzzy, Princess Prom royalty.
We did it! It was all our plan. We fought for love and love won. Liam is popular again. Huzzah!
Anyway, after all these years spent avoiding cliches, this does not feel as bad as I imagined. Maybe doing a 180 return from cliches is good, but embracing cliches is like making a 360 return from them. So disruptive.
At that moment, Miranda becomes distracted by some other wacky plan and leaves you with Liam mumbling to himself. Such a lovable dork. Prom night arrives and the two of you decide to embrace all cliches, from slow dancing to actually having fun. After the coronation, Liam admits he's having a great time, which is causing him to reflect on all the cliches he avoided all these years, which he could now embrace. Then he puts his hands over yours and says... Do you want to read that quote for him?
And you know what the biggest cliche I've been avoiding is? Love. I don't even care anymore how cheesy that's.
Boy, that was cheesy. But you know what? You don't care either. Hey.
Oh, I'm so bummed. I didn't think
We were so close to getting that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, god damn it.
Oh
I
well.
wanted to get that. So, well, if it ever happens again,
It'll
now
happen
we
again.
know.
Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning who we were and who we could be. And you know what? As it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Polly took a summer job as the ghost of Christmas present. She spent most of the time partying, since there was almost no work because, you know, it was summer, and Christmas is in the winter in the Northern Hemisphere. Liam started an iconoclastic band that broke all conventions. The latest album has been a hit. It has no songs at all. The album is actually just a banana set on fire. And be sure, Liam doesn't care if you don't get it. Miranda got a job at being princess of her kingdom, which it was kind of already her job anyway. Well, you surely don't see her complaining about it. During those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed bigger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were lots of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Oh. That's fun though.
Yeah, well done. We almost got there for you.
I know. I didn't think going with myself was an option.
Yeah, no, that's...
But then, like,
Quite a
how's
few of
that
the
work?
secret
Like-
endings require you to go by yourself.
Oh.
But
okay.
in my experience, it's only been ones that involved an item. Not one of these character ones. But I guess the fact that it is an orgy with everyone means that you can't just pick one particular person. So that kind of makes sense. But well, now we know anyway.
In a weird way. Well, yeah. That's fun though.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I like it. But yeah, my voice work is. Wait, there's voice actors in this?
Yeah, they have
Orgy
like...
Planet, rub it in my face game.
Yeah, the characters have like little like throwaway one-word
Oh.
voice lines and stuff, which I have
Yay!
turned off. But
Woo!
yeah,
Ah.
those kind of things.
Well, as first runs go, that I mean, I
That
got
was
the
pretty
girl
good for a
at least.
first run. Like, yeah, you didn't fail. You still managed to go to prom. You just didn't get to get the secret ending. There.
Get to the orgy.
No
Aw,
better distraction. I think that's a new picture for me. I don't think I had that one yet.
Oh, hey, well, there's
Oh,
that.
no, maybe I did. Because it hasn't come up
Oh.
as having a new thing. Oh well.
Okay.
I'll stop the recording at that point.